Happy Sunday morning, boys and girls. It's your old pal, Andy France, the Grand Poobah of Judson Sunday School. Welcome back to another episode of Virtual Judson Sunday School. Hey, what's this? It's a present, and it has my name on it. Kids, you shouldn't have. My birthday was in July. Christmas isn't for another couple of months, but who cares? Let's see what you got me. Ooh, it's big, whatever it is. I don't know who taped this present, but here we go. Let's see what it is. Oh my God! It's Moana, and Pua the pig, and Hey, the dumbest chicken ever. I love Moana. I am Moana of Motunui. You will board my boat, sail across the sea, and restore the heart of Te Fiti. I love this movie. I love everything about it. I love Grandma, the village crazy lady. I love Maui, the demigod who fights Te Kā, the evil lava monster, with his magic fish hook. This is great. What a great gift. Thank you, kids. I love this. It's made me so happy. Hey, wait a minute. It's got a button. Let's see. Maybe we press this necklace thing. Let's see.
I am Moana of Motunui. You will board my boat, sail across the sea, and restore the heart of Te Fiti.
Well, I'm Moana of Motunui. You should board my boat and sail across the sea. But, that's a small point. Let's see what else she has to say.
I've been staring at the edge of the water.
I love this song.
I can remember never really knowing why. I wish I could be the perfect
daughter.
but I come back to the
water.
no matter how hard I try.
Every turn I take, every trail I track, every path I make, every road leads back to the place I know, where I cannot go, where I long to be. Sing it with us. See the line where the sky meets the sea, it calls me, and no one knows how far it goes. If the wind in my sail on the sea stays behind me, one day I'll know. If I go, there's just no telling how far I'll go. I love this song. I'm going to stop her just because I could sing this song all night. What a great gift. Thank you so much. It's made me so happy. I just love this. And kids, know this. I'm going to keep Moana and, let me just move this box out of the way. I'm going to keep... what's this one's name again? Pua the pig, and Hey, the dumbest chicken ever. I'm going to keep all of this in my office so that once this stupid pandemic is finally over, we can all play with them together. Does that sound all right? It's just too bad we don't have a magical fish hook. We could take that fish hook and just knock that stupid coronavirus right out of the sky. Well, as I was saying, kids, I love Moana. She makes me very happy. That movie makes me so happy, which is quite the coincidence, because our word of the day just happens to be happiness. Naturally. Happiness, a state of well-being or contentment, a feeling of delight, gladness, joy. But it's not like I need to define happiness to you. You know what happiness means. You know that feeling. So today, let's just focus on a couple of questions about happiness. First, what makes you happy? Now, I haven't been a kid in a long time, but I think I can guess some of the things that might make you happy. See if any of these apply to you. First, I'd say toys, video games, going outside, perhaps a trip to the park. How about a pet? Or animals of any kind, like a trip to the zoo is always great. Candy, anything sweet, if that's your thing. Perhaps you like salty stuff, like chips and that kind of stuff. Let's see, what else? You know, I would normally say no school, but since the pandemic, maybe you like going to school and you miss it. Who knows what your situation is. So why don't I just skip to the end of the school year and say summer vacations, especially a trip to the beach. That, I'm sure, makes you happy. What else? Maybe music, maybe dance, maybe books, having a story read to you perhaps before you go to bed at night. How about going to the movies? Oh, wait, you know what? Going to the movies. Oh, how I miss that. Is there anything better than sitting in a movie theater with a giant bucket of buttered popcorn in your lap and a soda so big you have to take two hands to hold it? It's so full of sugar that you're literally flying up to the ceiling of the movie theater and you won't be able to sleep for a week. Kids, I haven't been a kid in a long time, but nothing makes me happier than a big bucket of popcorn, a big soda, and a great movie. Now, I almost asked you what brings you happiness because, well, sometimes we define happiness only as something we receive, like that gift we were looking at earlier. Now, don't get me wrong, receiving a gift is great, and thank you once again for my Moana doll, but science has shown that it can be just as gratifying to give as it is to receive. Do you remember the name Mark Twain? We talked about him in one or two of our virtual classes this past spring. Mark Twain was a very, very, very famous American writer in the 19th century, in the 1800s. And he was that guy that said, let me get the quote right, to get the value of joy, you must have someone to divide it with. Meaning that joy or happiness is something to be shared. We get the most happiness when we have someone to give happiness to. Now, how do we do that? I guess we could go around giving out singing Moana dolls to everyone we meet, but I don't see that many billionaires watching this show this morning. Sooner or later, we're liable to run out of Moana moolah. And not everybody is like me who wants a singing Moana doll. So, what else can we do? Perhaps we can give something else other than a Moana doll. Perhaps we can give someone our time and our attention. Is there a better feeling in the world than when someone focuses all of their time and their undivided attention on you? Is that not the best feeling in the world? It just lifts your spirits, doesn't it? Perhaps that's something we can do this week. That can be a goal for us this week, to focus less on our own happiness and more on bringing happiness to someone else. One more question. Where or when can we find happiness? Doesn't it sometimes feel as if happiness is never where we are right here and right now, but happiness is somewhere else, just up ahead, somewhere in the future, in the future. Happiness, well, it's never an ordinary day, like, say, a Tuesday. Happiness is a Saturday when you can spend the whole day in the park. There's no school, nothing burdening you down. And so we spend all week waiting for Saturday and waiting, and Saturday finally arrives and we wake up to find that it's raining. There went our one chance at happiness. Happiness is never found in the ordinary here and now, it seems. Happiness is like your next birthday, or Halloween, or Christmas, or Hanukkah, or whatever gift-giving holiday tradition your family celebrates. Happiness is once school is finally over, or once the pandemic is finally over, or, God help us, once Trump finally leaves office. The trouble with that kind of thinking is, well, what do we do in the meantime? Perhaps we need to change our way of thinking and start looking for happiness wherever we are right here and right now, if for no other reason than to just fill in the gaps in the calendar. Do me a favor this week. One day when you are feeling miserable and you find yourself on the verge of just about to lose it, I want you to take a moment, be still, take a deep breath, and then look around. What do you see? Do you see family by any chance? Do you see parents that love you and care for you deeply? Do you see perhaps a brother or a sister or maybe a pet nearby? You know, not everybody has that. By any chance, do you notice there are 4 walls surrounding you and a floor under your feet and a ceiling over your head, keeping you nice and warm and dry, particularly as the weather is beginning to get colder and wetter? Look, we're New Yorkers. We've seen homelessness. What else do you see? Do you see food, clothing, toys, games, books? Even in the midst of this pandemic, which has robbed us of so much happiness, we are still so blessed. Let me wrap up this happiness homily with a quotation, not from Jesus or Gandhi or even Mark Twain. This quotation comes from a very famous Polynesian prophet by the name of Moana. Do you remember in the movie where she sings, Moana, and I guess everybody in the movie sings, there comes a day when you're going to look around and realize that happiness is where you are. Ooh, I wonder if she sings that. Let's see. Let me turn her on. Let's see. Let's press the magic button.
I am Moana.
No, we know that. Okay, she is Moana. The boat. Get the boat.
Sail
Yeah.
across the sea and restore the heart of Te Fiti.
Okay. Well, how about something else? Anything? Oh, not that song again. Sorry.
Yes, I, Moana.
No, that ain't it either.
We have made it to the reef.
Okay. Anything else? I guess not. Well, kids, let's continue this theme we have going this morning of living in the moment with our story, which is about a young boy by the name of Nikolai who wants to be a good person, but he's not sure exactly how to go about doing that. Our story is actually based on a much older short story by a very famous Russian writer by the name of Leo Tolstoy. Mr. Tolstoy's story and our story today, which was written and illustrated by John J. Muth, both share the same title. And that title is The 3 Questions. Let's read it together, shall we? There once was a boy named Nikolai who sometimes felt uncertain about the right way to act. I want to be a good person, he told his friends, but I don't always know the best way to do that. Nikolai's friends understood, and they wanted to help him. If only I could find the answers to my 3 questions, Nikolai continued, then I would always know what to do. When is the best time to do things? Who is the most important one? What is the right thing to do? Nikolai's friends considered his first question. Then Sonia the heron spoke. To know the best time to do things, one must plan in advance, she said. Gogol the monkey, who had been rooting through some leaves to find something good to eat, said, "You will know when to do things if you watch and pay close attention." Then Pushkin the dog, who was just dozing off, rolled over and said, "You can't pay attention to everything yourself. You need a pack to keep watch and help you decide when to do things. For example, Gogol, a coconut is about to fall on your head." There's our coconut. Nikolai thought for a moment. Then he asked his second question, "Who is the most important one?" "Those who are closest to heaven," said Sonia, circling up into the sky. "Those who know how to heal the sick," said Gogol, stroking his bruised noggin. "Those who make the rules," growled Pushkin. Nikolai thought some more. Then he asked the third question, "What is the right thing to do?" "Flying," said Sonia. "Having fun all the time," laughed Gogol. "Fighting," barked Pushkin right away. Then the boy thought for a long while. He loved his friends. He knew they were all trying their best to help him answer his questions, but their answers didn't seem quite right. Then an idea came to him. "I know," he thought. "I will ask Leo the turtle. He has lived a very long time. Surely he will know the answers I am looking for." Nikolai hiked up into the mountains where the old turtle lived all alone. When Nikolai arrived, he found Leo digging a garden. The turtle was old, and digging was hard for him. "I have 3 questions, and I came to ask your help," Nikolai said. "When is the best time to do things? Who is the most important one? What is the right thing to do?" I love that picture of the turtle digging with a shovel. Leo listened carefully, but he only smiled. Then he went on with his digging. "You must be tired," Nikolai said at last. "Let me help you." The turtle gave him his shovel and thanked him. And because it was easier for a young boy to dig than it was for an old turtle, Nikolai kept on digging until the rows were finished. But just as he finished, the wind blew wildly and rain burst from darkened clouds. As they moved toward the cottage for shelter, Nikolai suddenly heard a cry for help. Running down the path, he found a panda whose leg had been injured by a fallen tree. Carefully, Nikolai carried her into Leo's house and made a splint for her leg with a stick of bamboo. I'm not sure bamboo is good for a splint. Isn't that something panda bears like to eat? Never mind, back to the story, sorry. The storm raged on, banging all the doors and windows. The panda woke up. "Where am I?" she said. "And where is my child?" The boy ran out of the cottage and down the path. The roar of the storm was deafening. Pushing against the howling wind and drenching rain, he ran farther into the forest. There he found the panda's child, cold and shivering on the ground. Can you see the panda, the baby, right here? The little panda was wet and scared, but alive. Nikolai carried her inside and made her warm and dry. Then he laid her in her mother's arms. Leo smiled when he saw what the boy had done. The next morning, the sun was warm, birds sang, and all was well with the world. The panda's leg was healing nicely, and she thanked Nikolai for saving her and her baby from the storm. At that moment, Sonia, Gogol, and Pushkin arrived to make sure everyone was all right. Nikolai felt great peace within himself. He had wonderful friends, and he had saved the panda and her child. But he also felt disappointed. He still had not found the answers to his 3 questions. So he asked Leo one more time. The old turtle looked at the boy. "But your questions have been answered," he said. "They have?" asked the boy. "Yesterday, if you had not stayed to help me dig my garden, you wouldn't have heard the panda's cries for help in the storm. Therefore, the most important time was the time you spent digging the garden. The most important one at that moment was me, and the most important thing to do was to help me with my garden. Later, when you found the injured panda, the most important time was the time you spent mending her leg and saving her child. The most important ones were the panda and her baby, and the most important thing to do was to take care of them and make them safe." Remember then that there is only one important time, and that time is now. The most important one is always the one you are with. And the most important thing is to do good for the one who is standing at your side. For these, my dear boy, are the answers to what is most important in this world. This is why we are here. The 3 questions. Well, kids, today is Sunday, November 15th, which means we're just about a month away from our presentation in the Christmas service. How's the song coming along? Are you starting to get it? I hope so. Let's sing it together. It's Christmas time is here. Once again, I have the picture lyrics ready for you. If you have your picture lyrics, you can follow along. Do the best you can. If you're a word person, go for it. Here we go. Ready? We'll sing with about "Christmas time is here." I might have gotten it a little too low last week. Let's see if we can pitch it a little higher. "Christmas time is here," something about there. And we'll do it in 3. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, sing. "Christmas time is here, happiness and cheer, fun for all that children call their favorite time of year. Snowflakes in the air, carols everywhere, olden times and ancient rhymes of love and dreams to share. Sleigh bells in the air, beauty everywhere, Yuletide by the fireside, and joyful memories there. Christmas time is here, we'll be drawing near. Oh, that we could always see such spirit through the year. Sleigh bells in the air, beauty everywhere, Yuletide by the fireside, and joyful memories there. Christmas time is here, we'll be drawing near. Oh, that we could always see such spirit through the year. I think that's the first time I got through this song without messing up those pages. Ah! Hallelujah! Thanks, kids, for singing. Well, boys and girls, it looks like we've somehow managed to get through another episode of Virtual Judson Sunday School. I want to thank Andre and Michelle for all of their help this week. I also want to thank you for being with me today. I hope that you have a great week, that you can stay safe, keep a place for Judson in your heart, and we will see you next time on Virtual Judson Sunday School. Moana, do you want to say goodbye to the kids? Let me just see if you want to say anything.
I am Moana
Oh,
of Motunui.
yes, we know. You're Moana.
Board my boat.
No,
Sail
board,
across the
board
sea
my boat.
and restore
It's
the heart
my,
of Te Fiti.
right. Don't you ever say anything else? Board my boat.